context of this, but it's not all just sex. I mean, I did help her get over the fact that she had to shoot her husband in the face in the middle of the night. We have a
Yes,
deep emotional and spiritual connection on a level that I don't think you can understand.
perhaps that might be the case, but I'm willing to wingman you to make
Okay.
it even better for you.
Why don't you roll a diplomacy check?
Why don't I? I like that the first interaction was like, just the worst, and then I'm just like, yeah, I just want to have sex with her, and she's like, that's what I was
Don't know if
actually
that's gonna
saying the
happen.
first time. All right, diplomacy. All right, 11. Here we go. All right, fucking you.
Yeah, okay. You make him helpful. He's like, well, let me think about it for a couple days. But you and me, we could be good friends. And he like wraps his arm around you and like puts his hand on your shoulder. He's like, yeah, we should get to know each other over the next couple of days.
Absolutely. Have I allowed you to take a puff of the Hojo?
He's like, why? As a matter of fact, you have, but I'll take some more.
Absolutely.
And then you guys like go off into the sunset, smoking hojo stick together and laughing, as men do. I
As
love that
men do.
line, as
Yeah.
men do.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that's from, but it always makes me laugh because it seems so super sexist. As men do.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else got anything they'd like to do on day one? And by that I mean literally anyone else.
Uh, I'll try to make nice with the artillerist. Why not?
Okay. So
Seeing as
his
how
name
we
is Vancid Creed, and he's just like, spits tobacco at your foot, and he's like, "What are you doing here, you crazy fool?" And you can see the sun's like glinting off of his dark Mwangi skin. He's got like crazy bandanas hanging all over him, and like cartridges of alchemical substances.
easy old timer. I just want to just talk shop.
He's like, "I'm like 40 years old."
Yeah, that's human years though.
We live to be 12 years old in fish terms.
Oh God.
But yeah, I was using one of your ballistae earlier against, trying to aim it against the elemental. It's very well balanced.
He's
Plus
like,
few.
"Yeah, I saw when you gasted the flibberty gibbets. You know who had to put those flibberty gibbets back after you gasted them? Maybe next time you could torsion the wrench in the correct direction."
Noobs, right? Jesus.
Can I profession siege engineer to just bite right back at him?
Yes, I will allow you to profession siege engineer, and if you are successful, you will gain a +4 on future diplomacy checks, just like all of the other help checks. Yeah. So, I mean, you start talking about how you were gasketing the flibberty gibbets, but you were using the new technique developed by Dr. Koshing at the
The
University
coaching
of
technique.
Absalom. Yeah, the Koshing technique, where you have to flibberty gibbet the gaskets. It's better on the lifetime of the sprockets. You definitely
Decreases
don't.
friction, that sort
Yeah,
of
you
thing.
don't want the sprockets to fail. That would be critical during battle.
No.
You'd
No.
rather put the stress on the flibberty gibbets, but the gasketing.
And then you turn around and say something like, well, maybe if you actually lubricated the flippity gibbets every once in a while, we wouldn't have to eject them so harshly during combat.
Really, really, Dave. Really? You had your moment. No need to bring it back to sexy time, bro.
What? How is that the same?
You wanted to
Yep.
lubricate it for ejecting? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay, chat, come on. Is that Arthur? You need to take your mind out of the gutter.
Really?
If
I'm
if
the one
Rafi
who's
wants to
no.
ask for sex, he'll be like, "Yo, we should three-way the captain," which I did ask straight up. Thank you very much, good sir.
Just gonna go ahead and roll that diplomacy check with the +4.
You've already. I mean, your daily thing was interacting with him to earn that plus.
Oh,
Boom.
all right. Then
He's
no.
got a job to do, and he can't spend his whole day talking to you.
Got it.
All right. Who's up next, Commissar or Dreb?
Wait, why does the commissar need to do it?
Well,
The commissar is filing reports in triplicate.
he's here to help out the crew while Dr. Gravestone's away. And with only 3 players doing it, there's a very low chance you'll get enough successes to do anything. The
Well, in
commissar
that
can help out.
case, what's relevant skills? I know nothing about this.
Diplomacy?
No.
Okay.
Anybody interested in talking about history or nature?
Let's see here.
Maybe a spellcraft.
Perform comedy, knowledge geography, profession cook,
Wait, you have performed comedy?
heal check, perform comedy, knowledge nobility, perception, and craft tattoo.
I will try the heal check.
Okay. So you spend your time talking to Doc Imogen, who is a bespectacled, well-educated, book-loving surgeon who absolutely fucking hates all of you. You go down there and you make a mess of her surgery bay for the whole day, and she hits you with a bedpan that's not been properly cleaned out, spreading human sewage all over your clothing. And she keeps hitting you until you leave.
I see.
Greb, what would you like to do? I'm assuming the answer is not get hit with human sewage.
That would be number 1 for 500, Bob. I don't see the doctor on our crew list. Am I using the wrong?
Doc Imogen?
I bet that. Oh, I'm looking at the other game. Okay. There it is, Imogene. Okay. Now we've already done the perception check. That was for the crow's nest, right?
Yes.
I believe so.
You
Did
earned
we-
that one.
Did
You
we
never
move his
solidified
attitude?
anything
'Cause
with him.
we have not finished. Okay. Well, then I will do the perception check again with.
That once you've earned it, you don't lose it. It stays there. It just gives you a +4 to future diplomacies with him.
Right, but I'm saying we have not adjusted his attitude yet.
Right, but you have earned that +4.
Yeah.
You can't
Okay.
stack it. There's no like additional +4ing.
I'm missing something. His
When
attitude.
you
roll
take those
diplomacy,
checks, it doesn't improve
They-
their attitude. It gives you a +4 to future diplomacy checks with that person.
Right.
So you've earned that. You guys nailed the perception last time.
hmm
So doing the perception again earns you nothing.
Okay, so
You
what
should
do
have
we
it.
need to? Right, and that's what I'm asking.
Okay.
What do we need to do to improve his attitude? Which is
Diplomacy.
what we're trying to. We don't want me doing that.
Okay.
No,
well,
with your
it's like-
1 charisma now, right?
-3.
You
No, my
have-
charisma's back to normal.
knowledge, nobility, heal,
Day
Um,
one.
I
perform
have
comedy,
knowledge, geography.
knowledge geography for Belina. Our good friend Belina.
All right, let's try that then.
She loves tales of stars and faraway places.
All right, we can do that. And no bonus straight up, right?
Yeah.
Well, is there any
Ooh.
bonuses for giving her all this money? Does she like us better because of that?
Well, I'll accept that. But unfortunately, your tales are basically, you're not exactly telling the tales of Sinbad here, right? You're like, and on this part of the map, the Strix were blockaded by the Cheliacs, and we all died. And you go through like several hundred years of Strix being pushed back into like one coastal town where all of them live. And she's like, that's a really, really sad, stupid story. And I don't care about any of it.
Alrighty then. My job here is done. I'll move along.
Okay. We're now on day 2.
So I'm taking a look at this boat actions, daytime ship actions.
Yep.
Are we able to do this instead of doing something in trying to get influence or whatever?
No, that's for the actual Skulls and Shackles campaign.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's when they
Does
were...
that +4 count for everyone in the
Yes.
party? Then Rafi, maybe either the artillerist or the scout could use some diplomancing.
All right.
Or the captain. We still have that +4 with the captain, don't
Yes,
we?
you do.
All right. I guess I'll try and talk to the captain.
Okay. The captain comes out of her quarters. You catch her. She's pulling her pants on and like tucking her shirt in and pulling her suspenders on and pulling on her blue coat. Very familiar looking scene.
And I say,
He's like, "Oh, hey there, Rafi. It's me, Captain Varoso Lanteri.
hello, Captain. It is good to see you again.
I heard you were trying to proposition my boy."
Yes. I believe it would benefit all parties.
He's like, "Aye, perhaps."
Listen, Captain, I've been meaning to ask you. What is your feelings on how the dragon outcome has happened?
He's like, "Oh, well, I mean, it's pretty terrible. I definitely don't want to have my boat sailing for a dragon for 40 days. But he seems like a right reasonable fella. We probably won't go to war with, like, I don't know, the Shackles.
So,
I mean, let's be honest here. He basically sits around in a tiny atoll all day, making friends with shark folk. I
yes,
don't see him as a serious military threat."
So, the alternative was probably the worst choice. Then you would agree.
Aye, he probably would have melted all our faces off, and I would have damned you to hell, and then stabbed you to death to get you there.
Yes, that would be unavoidable if that was the case. Listen, I would like to continue with this proposition that I gave Heartbreak, and maybe even approach you about it now.
He's like,
It
"Well,
is
I appreciate your boldness. Why don't you make your proposition with your smiley time, and let's get it over with."
very well. I believe that both of us, especially myself, are in need of release. It has been quite a while since we've seen shore, and unfortunately, most of the crew do not match the descriptors I need in women.
Okay, the captain is now helpful.
Nice.
She agrees to your liaison, but only after she has the treasure of Captain Gemma Redclaw. She says, "Aye, perhaps we can celebrate in my quarter and make some music. I hear you play a fine Fojo stick."
Indeed. Speaking about the Hojo, would you like to try it?
"Oh no, I don't partake of medicinal herbs."
It is not an herb, it is a magical relief device.
Like, "Oh, no thank you."
Very well. I slap her on the keister and I walk away.
Well, she's above deck, so she punches you in the face when you do that. She's like,
Hey, man,
"Never
I rolled a 20."
disrespect me in front of my crew."
All right, fair enough. And I was like, I'm going to enjoy this. I say as I rub my chin.
Okay, alright. Yep.
There we go.
Shackles gets weird.
Yeah.
Alright, who else has something they'd like to do?
I don't know how else to play a charismatic orc. That seems like the only thing a charismatic orc would do.
Okay. Alright, Ket.
How many?
You force your way downstairs even though two burly men attempt to stop you from getting into the surgery bay, and you're like, "Hand me a saw!" And
You're just like doing it while mad dogging her at the same time.
you do surgical shit, medicinal science, and everyone is amazed, and you earn yourself a +4 to future interactions with the doctor. But she still hates all of you.
How many cartridges can I make in a day?
I don't know.
I need to
That's
look
a
that
question
up.
you would need to look into. But if
Yeah.
you do that, you're not going to be capable of making any checks.
That's fine.
Okay.
As long as he won't complain about not being able to shoot a man because he's underwater in the future, I think that's probably the best.
I don't think I can even make dry loads.
Reb, what are you doing? Your time.
what was the other one?
Ella has knowledge geography.
Knowledge geography again.
Keep
See if I
trying
not.
to tell her
not-
stories.
Yep, try that again without wrecking it.
Bombs it. Yeah, I mean, she's kind
It's
of
a little better.
interested in your stories, but she's still got a job to do.
Yep.
Let me ask,
Alright.
what stories of tales of foreign lands do you tell her?
Good gosh, I know almost nothing about this world, but you'll tell her about flights he's taken on nearby lands and, scenery from the air and what everything looks like.
Yeah, I'm sure telling stories about how different things are from the air rather than on land is probably an interesting take on things.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, she doesn't care enough to like you more. All right, Agrajok, you're spending the whole day producing cartridges.
Yeah, hold on. There's nothing on time that I'm finding.
Then make a million, man. Obviously.
Based on cost.
It's what?
Based on cost. You're using craft alchemy to do it, and there's crafting rules for how much you can craft in it.
Well, it diverts from that a bit. It only says like, oh, it costs either 10% or half, and there's no time frame listed.
There is a time frame listed for craft.
But not for gunsmithing.
Right, but you're still making a certain amount of money worth of material, and the crafting sets the limit on that.
Okay, so I need to make a craft alchemy check. That's what you're saying. Based on that craft alchemy check is how much I can make. So like 2?
I don't know. You're gonna have to do the math yourself.
All right.
I'll look it up, maybe for next week.
Sure.
I doubt
Alright.
it'll be enough to matter, though.
We're now on day trade.
All right. So the lady we gave the tattoo to, what's the outcome with her? Do we still have to do
She's friendly towards you.
Oh, there we
Okay,
go.
so we don't have to do any diplomacy checks then?
No.
Okay, cool. So then who's left?
So I
Well,
can
there you
make...
go. There is a limit there. I knew you couldn't just make unlimited amounts of things.
But seeing as I'm just
Um,
making plain cartridges.
Who's left? Is Vancid Creed, the artillerist, Zosrov, the dreadlocked lookout,
Uh-huh.
Iulia, who is the quartermaster, Oremheb, who is the master at arms and the first mate. There's Doc Imogene, who currently hates you. Belina, who you've already met a couple times. She's the navigator, and you gave her some money.
Yeah, we did.
And Anatoly. He is the rigger.
I guess I would talk to the rigger.
Okay.
What does a rigger do?
They're the ones that get up in the sails and pull the ropes. Generally set the ship for weather tack and things like that.
All right. I go to. Is it a her or a he?
Is a he.
Yeah.
Male half orc.
Oh, half up. Cool. I go to him and I'm like, "Hello, brother."
Like, ha ha ha! You would call me brother? That is a good joke.
Are we not of the same kin?
He says, I am a half orc. You're a full orc.
I am a half orc.
Oh, he says, oh, well. Ha ha ha! I guess we are. Cousins. 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 Reasonable.
Yes.
Let us go bowling.
It seems that I have boarded the ship without much knowledge of actual sailoring. I was perhaps interested in seeing if you could teach me a thing or two about the ropes and knots that you use.
I will teach you many things. Fur clothing, potent whiskey, and how to rig a ship. Let us spend the day together, friend.
Aye.
Punches you on the shoulder really hard.
All right. I take it. And then I punch him back. And then I say, let's just get to it.
All right, you make your check. Spend the day up in the rigging.
Just plus 11? No
Yeah.
plus 4? Okay.
Are you afraid of heights?
No.
Okay, you spend the day hanging upside down and shit. pulling ropes.
20.
What did you get? He is now friendly.
Cool. The face works its magic.
We're making progress.
Yeah.
You have 3 friendly and 2 helpful. So there you go. Who wants to go next?
I will. We'll try the same thing again.
So
Okay.
it's just trying to tell these stories and shit. Hey, that's better.
I rolled a 22 last time and 23 this time, so I'm
With
doing
your
all right.
+2 for giving her that pearl, you finally succeed. What stories do you tell her?
I would love to know more about the geography of this world, but I just
Constellations,
don't
man.
know. So
Yeah, you tell
Yeah,
her about
Constellations,
I'll tell her.
man. Chicks dig
yeah, I'll
constellations.
tell her
Of course,
stories
you tell
about
her
the
about
stars
the great
and
bird feather in the sky,
the
the
Strix's
bird talon.
names for constellations and all that.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous because everything about your society is bird based. So you're like, that's the giant earthworm.
It's just like 4 stars, like in an S, and it's like, it's amazing. Uh,
That
oh,
symbol on my planet, it means hope. And everyone's like, well, that's just a fucking S, so that's pretty dumb.
yeah. We use it in just
Literally a
about every
letter.
letter. Yeah.
Nice
You have
reference.
co-opted your symbol of hope and made it a letter in our alphabet.
It's almost like they had something in mind for that letter when they put it on your chest, other than that. Mm.
Okay, so she now has a +4 when you try to shift
When
her
Rafi
attitude
will
on top
roll
of.
over there and say like, "Hey, how's it going?" Blah blah blah.
So is that what you're doing now?
Well, I've done my
Oh,
stuff
right, you
today,
did
so
yours. So who's
yeah.
doing? I think we still have Commissar Ket.
Do I get a +4 on this roll?
What are you doing?
The same thing.
You need
Same
diplomacy
thing, what?
now, friend.
You need diplomacy now.
Yeah, now that you have earned the +4, there's nothing else you can do in that regard. You diplomacy, or you find somebody else to bother. So doing those tasks earns you a bonus to your diplomacy. Actually, them.
All right. I
Rafi will
will
be around later to finish the job.
attempt diplomacy.
Who are you diplomacying? The doctor?
Yes.
Uh, she's already hostile, so she actively attempts to harm you. You take 1 point of damage from being stabbed with surgical.
Plus, roll a
You come
1d100
down
to
there and
work
you're
out
trying
how
to talk
many
some
STDs
game.
you
You're
get.
like, "Hello, doctor. I am going to teach you a thing or two about dragon medicine." And then you just start knocking pans over, and she's like, "Get out! Get out!" The 2 bouncers who are now posted below decks are like, she's a very wise, calm, bespectacled halfling. The fact that you've managed to upset her so greatly means you must be a horrible monster.
Yes, this may be true, but I am important, horrible monster.
The other guy's like, aren't you leaving in like 2 days?
Let's see if you can dock in our port again, my friend.
He's like,
And that was
"Oh."
not innuendo.
Like, I didn't think it was innuendo. So you just made it really weird.
What if it
Did
actually
I?
was? If I
Weird.
tell you it after fact?
That would just make it more weird. Like, it's not innuendo. And then you're like, actually, it was innuendo.
Here is my phone number.
No, just
Thank you.
kidding. Not really.
Here is a sending stone. Call me anytime.
Comrade.
Comrade.
Call me maybe.
I know this might seem crazy.
Now we're on day 4, the last day before you arrive. I'm guessing Agrajag spent day 3 crafting more bullshit.
Yep. Being a real
Probably,
good help
unless I
to the
can.
party.
I mean, how else can I be of help? What are the checks left?
You think someone would write this down given the fact that I'm repeating it like every day? Sure. The checks left remaining are comedy, knowledge, nobility. That's it.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
Hmm.
Oh,
You only need a DC 30 performed comedy check.
wow, only 30?
Only 30.
Yeah, I'm just gonna craft 3 more cartridges and that'll be it.
Okay, day 4. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna go down
Oh.
and talk to the medic.
Vacuum machine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She has a number of surgical implements that she is now strapped around her body with like duct tape.
Yeah.
When she sees you come in, she's like, "If you try anything, I'm going to stab you, and I'm not going to stop until you start screaming."
That seems unpleasant. Rafi simply wanted to see the medicinal benefits of the Hojo stick.
She's like, "Oh, well, give me the Hojo stick."
I give it to her.
She starts smoking it, and she's like, "Far out. I
Uh,
hate you so much right now. I just want to stab you."
It seems the Hojo affects everyone differently.
R- Roll a diplomacy check as you and her trip out for like 2 hours.
Yeah, we're just sitting there
We
just
have like
talking
one of
about
these
like
tie-dye adventures. It's basically like the smoked out adventure from Far Cry 4, but in reality, the two of you are just sitting there
oh
staring
my
at each
god.
other. Okay. Uh, you may not push her all the way to helpful. We'll see here. Look up the diplomacy thing. In order to move her, it's 25 plus her charisma modifier. So you're gonna move her from hostile to unfriendly, unfriendly to neutral, and that's it.
All right. At the end of
Oh
the at
no,
the
neutral to
Start.
friendly. Boom, you nailed it. Yeah.
oh my god, the Hojo wins over everyone. Um, so at the end of the session, I turn to Imogene and I'm like, you know, in my clan, in Rafi's clan, the Hojo is a sacred passage of friendship.
She's like far out, dude. There's like some weird sitar music playing in the background. Bow, 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 wow.
Those that spend the entire day with a clan member smoking the Hojo and then live to see the other side, they they create a bond that
She's
cannot be.
like, holy shit, I could have died smoking this?
A lot of
Overdosing is indeed a
Why
possibility.
would you give me this?
Well, I didn't
Cause,
think you would enjoy it as much as you
If
have.
I could die, I'm a doctor. You should have warned me of the side effects.
This
I
is
didn't
why.
know death was a side effect.
Maybe not death. Either way.
We get someone who looks like Dave show up on camera for like a quick commercial. He's like, Hojo stick. No, side effects may include death, vision loss, and
Compulsion to get
halitosis.
suicidal tendencies.
I just want to make sure halitosis is one of the listed ones.
Rashes.
Hives.
Yeah. You may feel an itch behind your eyeball.
What the fuck?
Either
Okay,
way,
so
that's
passing
fucking
that,
Nice.
Agrajog, I'm assuming you're just gonna craft some more.
No, I don't think no.
I
I'm
feel
out of
like
gold.
we should have one of those, and this is gonna sound weird when I say it, one of those sexy crafting scenes where you've got like your shirt off and you're sweating and you're like hammering bullets into place, and there's like an '80s soundtrack playing. And it's like, you never know what you can do, and you're just like, yeah, you're like holding up bullets and they shine with inner magical power. Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like that's appropriate.
Yeah, all right.
Dave's not here, man.
I'm out of personal cash reserves though. If I wanted to make more bullets at this point, I'd have to dip into the party funds,
All
which
right,
I
well,
assume we'd handle all over email when we hit a port town.
sure.
hmm
Dreb, Cat, Commissar Cat, which one of you is acting first? Doing what?
I have nothing to do
Okay.
except
then
file
great.
reports.
Yeah, well, we're getting close to the end of the episode, so the end of the day, you're going to be picked up by your dragon, and Doc Gravestone's going to be left off. You're going to get to go home.
Am I able to like have a conversation with Ked about what is actually going into these reports?
Yes.
All right, I knock at your door, Ket.
You have the same door. You all live in the forward.
Well, I make myself known appropriately, all the same.
Okay.
It's like, Ket, what is exactly are you reporting back to this, to the dragon?
I am reporting the things that you do.
I always feel like
Are you able to elaborate?
I have checked many boxes. The courage box, the wisdom box, and the fortitude box. See, this is Form 85B, Taldan Empire.
I was not aware the dragon
It
had
looks like a
indeed
Pathfinder
paperwork.
character sheet. Apparently.
Yeah. Am I able to see what you wrote about us?
You can make public information request. You must sign in triplicate and deliver to public information office.
Is there a way that I can get this information now, Arthur? Somehow?
Maybe if he lets you look at it.
So it's not like you can't, because it's the same rule as like you can't do anything against another player
Yeah,
character.
pretty
Okay,
much.
yeah. All
I
right.
mean, unless you want to be like, and then I steal it from him, which you certainly could attempt to.
No, I'm not going to
I'm
steal
guessing you're not very good at stealing.
it.
Given
No.
that you're a sorcerer and not a rogue.
Yeah,
Do not
and-
worry, my friend. I believe you will qualify for low tax rate.
Are you
Rafi
doing his
has-
credit score?
Rafi has no interest in credit. Rafi simply needs to know what it is you're writing.
Yes, you do not understand. I fill out form. I submit form. You go to public information office. You fill out form, submit form, and wait 7 to 10 weeks for reply.
We
The
get
ma-
cut to the public information office of Kelazar's New Taldan Empire.
What's
It's
that?
like a crab shack that's literally underwater, run by intelligent crabs.
Bureaucracy. That's why I became pirate.
Since you
Get
are
away from it.
a part of this empire, is it a possibility that Rafi can give you the paperwork now?
I will have to check guide. Yes, apparently I am officer of state. I can take paperwork.
Very well. I get out a napkin and I write in Rafi's best handwriting.
No, sir. Allow me to check Rolodex. Use this form.
All right.
85B.
I thought the form that you were filling out was 85B. Why would he need to submit that same form to see an 85B?
I am
Is
sorry.
85B recursive? I'm confused.
This is an
I-
85B.
correct. This is
The other one's an
86B.
Oh, it's an
Yeah.
85B with a big mark, and then it's a B with a little b beside it.
Yes.
85BB. Got it.
85 B flat.
Understood. Now I understand.
Rafi will take out like a dagger or something and just like cut his thumb, and then he will smear around
Really?
the
You're gonna
blood,
fucking sign it in blood. Okay.
and then he'll just put his thumbprint on the paper and then go, "That will suffice."
What's
I
fantastic
guess
is that in
I'm not
Pathfinder
sure
you can
blood
do crazy
magic.
shit with people's blood.
Right. I am sure there is nothing to be wrong with blood magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Says the witch.
Well, then you will have no reason not to show me.
Your logic does not work on me, horny one. That is in report as well.
And then we got
Is-
these flashbacks where Commissar Ket was like literally following him around every time he propositioned
Yeah,
somebody.
when you were talking to the captain, I was like around the corner
I
taking.
feel like
notes.
it's one of those TV shows where like it replays the exact scene. The only difference is Ket is now in the frame somewhere, really obviously, but wasn't the first time.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I look at Ket and I look at the piece of paper with my blood print on it, and like, I scrunch it up, and then I eat it, and then I'm like, I do not believe that we have any further conversation, and then I walk out.
Excellent. Dreb, do you have anything you'd like to do this day?
Nope, I'm
You're
gonna
the
rest
last
and
one in
study.
Okay. Commissar Ket is lifted off the ship by a giant sea dragon. Doc Gravestone is left behind, and we end of the episode. We'll be back next week, maybe. Who fucking knows at this point?
Those diplomacy rolls, bro. Double-digit 20s.
Reckon.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah,
That was an impressive series of 20s.
I agree.
Very lucky.
Especially on that, like, the medic, man. Do we really just put her into friendly from hatred? That's
Yes.
cool. Is it just the number, or is it the 20 that affected it
You
as well?
have to hit a certain amount in order to shift her. And then
Okay.
every 5 past that shifts it again.
Ooh.
So you hit it plus 2 more, which meant you shifted hostile to unfriendly, unfriendly to indifferent, indifferent to friendly.
Damn.
Never doubt the power of diplomancy.
It's way less powerful than 3.5. That was fucking sick. Back when
Yeah.
you didn't need 1 minute in order to change people's minds, you could do it in 6 seconds and be like, "Hi!" That person's like, "I don't want to start a fight with you. Let's be best friends!"
Yeah.
It is unfortunately all too true.
Yep.
Well, I don't think Rafi's been too useful in combat so far, which is interesting. Aside from when he's on land. When he's on land, he's fine, but on the boat, it seems to be very tough for him to do things. Which is fine. I totally made a character. I'm just like, it's cool character. And then we put him on a boat, and he's like,
It's
Yay.
a boat.
it's a boat on the ocean.
That's how Pirate
Yay.
Campaigns works.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. All the usual
Mhm.
stuff going on. You know, follow, like, subscribe. You've heard it all before, probably. The schedule's up. Things are happening 6 days a week. Check out the YouTube if you want to catch up on the past of this campaign and all the other campaigns that we have, including the original of this campaign, Skulls and Shackles, which is 20 weeks long and is hilarious. We have a dwarf that chases a boat and then jumps on it and kills everybody. So that happens. Crazy
Kill
shit.
one guy.
Yeah, kill one guy.
And the Legion of Dan.
Yeah, the Legion of Dan. Yeah.
Granted, you only see one of them at a time, but still, Legion.
Can you make like a period of time in like the ether where all of Dan's characters meet up that are dead?
Like the Marvel Universe Ultimate crossover,
Yeah.
where like all of his characters are called forth by the goddess of death in order to fight off an evil threat.
That's it. And then
They all
Dan
just
can
meet
take,
up like next to a bowl of fruit punch, and they're like, "Well, I died."
just
That
make it
guy's
a one.
like, "I died by having my heart electrocuted out," and the other guy's like, "I died because the gunslinger wouldn't surrender," and the other guy's like, "Well, I died because my dad was gonna kill me, so I decided I'd rather stay dead."
And I just make it like a one shot, like an hour long, and just have Dan play every character with his current character
Oh no,
sheet.
I figured I would just sit down with a glass of wine and just literally make it up as I go. Just fucking tell a story for like an hour. And be like, and that's what happens.
I would like to see
Do
No
it.
that.
dice rolling, I literally just talk.
Do it. Do it instead of the Daily Bard for next time.
I'll tell you what. I might do it for like a big special event, like the introduction for season 2. You can do it as a season ender.
I like it.
For reference, this show started in like late July, early August, so we're coming up on that maybe soon, possibly.
How
All
much books have we gone through in this? By
How
the
many
way?
what?
Books.
Well, this is technically the 3rd book we're in, but it's kind of weird because this isn't actually part of the adventure path. This is
Oh.
its own separate. This is based on the adventure path, but it's a separate adventure.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it. It's
It's a
weird.
tie-in.
Yeah, it's a tie-in.
It's a tie-in
It's
spin-off.
basically a spin-off show.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Kinda.
And maybe Agrajog can make his way onto the main season. I don't know.
No,
No?
no.
No Agrajog?
I'm pretty sure he's gonna die.
Yeah, there's a good chance. I mean, you
Yeah.
are playing it, so like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, if we've learned anything from history, it's that you're going to die.
Thanks.
Frequently, regularly.
Yeah.
On the reg.
Well,
yeah.
I've fulfilled my death quota for this book, so I think I'll be fine. I think. I've been wrong before.
Yes.
Yes, you have.
All right.
The real feat will be Jade Regent Book 2, getting through it with Erdos. That would be the longest I've kept any character alive.
Just think, if you die, so does your buddy.
Yeah, I know, it sucks. To play conservatively. Ugh.
Yeah, I know, it sucks playing like someone who actually has a reason to live, rather than just being some sort of combat monster who rolls around and takes chances and then dies. Like, how would
Yep.
that person even grow up to adventure? They would have died from taking a dumb
Sure.
chance. Oh, look at this electrical wire here. I wonder what would happen if I lick it. I assume that's how many of Dan's early characters. All right, guys.